Namaste. My name is Bhavesh Kailash Joshi. I am enrolled in Indian Knowledge System course. The subject for today is ancient Indian architecture, wherein I will be talking about why ancient Indian architecture is important when we think about old buildings from ancient India. We are looking at more than just structures. We are looking at pieces of our history, of our culture, of art and technology. So we'll go through them point by point. The first point is cultural heritage and identity. Now, ancient Indian architecture reflects the diverse culture and identity of India. Buildings like temples, stupas, and Jain temples show us that people believed and how they lived. For example, Hindu temples are known for their detailed carvings and images of gods, which tell stories from Hindu mythology. Buddhist stupas, like the Great Stupa at Sanchi, are simple and peaceful, representing the calm and meditative aspects of Buddhism. Jain temples are very plain and emphasize simplicity, showing the Jain belief in renunciation and asceticism. Each of these building styles help us understand the spiritual and cultural life of ancient India. Second point, historical records. These ancient buildings also help us to learn about history. They are like books made of stone and brick that tell us about the past. Okay. Now, for example, the Ashokan pillars have inscriptions that give us information about Emperor Ashoka and how he spread Buddhism. Forts and temples built by different rulers show us how power changed hands and how different regions of India influenced each other over time. Third point, architectural innovation. The people of ancient India were very creative with their building techniques. One amazing example is rock cut architecture, where entire temples and monasteries were carved out of a rock. The Ajanta and Ellora caves are famous examples of this technique. The way they aligned their buildings with celestial events like the solstice show a deep understanding of astronomy. These innovations were advanced for their time and influenced how buildings were designed in later periods. Fourth point, religious and spiritual importance. Many ancient Indian buildings are still important places for religious pilgrims. For example, the Brihadeshwar temple in Tamil Nadu and the Dilwara temple in Rajasthan are not only architectural marvels but also sacred places where people go to pray and meditate. These buildings represent the deep spiritual practices and belief of people from centuries ago and continue to inspire our devotion even today. Fifth point, artistic achievement. The artistry in ancient Indian architecture is incredible. Buildings and sculptures from this period are known for their detailed and beautiful designs. For instance, the Khajuraho temple are famous for their elaborate carvings, including intricate erotic sculptures that show the artistic skills of the time. The Buddha statues in the Ajanta caves are serene and skillfully crafted. These artistic achievements are celebrated for their beauty and craftsmanship. Sixth point, unity in diversity. Indian architecture shows how different regions and cultures came together to form a unified heritage. Different styles developed in various parts of India, like the Nagara style in the north, the Dravida style in the south, and the Vesara style in the Deccan. Even though these styles are different, they all contribute to the rich and diverse architectural tradition of India. This unity in diversity highlights how multiple cultures and traditions coexist within a single civilization. Seventh point, educational value. Studying ancient Indian architecture is a valuable way to learn about history, engineering, art, and culture. These buildings offer lessons about how people build things, their artistic traditions, their way of life. Scholars and students from all over the world study these structures to understand more about ancient India and its technological and cultural developments. Eighth point, Influence on modern architecture. Ancient Indian architecture has influenced the modern architecture in various ways as it still inspires the modern architects. Today's architects often use elements from ancient designs, such as courtyards, intricate decorations, and sustainable building practices. This shows how ancient wisdom can still be relevant and useful in a contemporary building practices. So, to conclude it all, ancient Indian architecture is more than just old buildings. It is a reflection of our cultural heritage, historical changes, artistic achievements, and religious practices. By studying and preserving these ancient wonders, we can better appreciate human creativity and ensure that these treasures continue to inspire and educate future generations. Namaste.